Alright guys, my name is Metagoblin, and today we're going to be talking about a very useful item that I'd definitely recommend stacking up a little bit before Blackwing Lair that probably nobody has talked about yet. And that item, very simply, is the Festival Dumplings. Before I jump into talking about why this item is so useful and how to obtain it, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch if you want to catch any of my live streams. So this item is primarily going to be useful for casters and healers, although I think anyone should pick it up really. I mean, I'm a rogue and I'm going to stack a few of them. So let me read it out. So Festival Dumplings restores 4% of your health and mana per second for 25 seconds. So this is essentially the best food that you can get in the game. There's a few items which are very similar to this. I think there's like a mince pie version of it for the Winter Veil event. And what essentially it does, instead of generating a fixed number of mana and health, it will generate a percentage of your health and mana, which means it will entirely scale to the amount of health and mana that you actually have. So overall, when basically people are getting more and more geared up, this food item is going to be really fast at regenerating your health and mana. So not only is it going to be extremely efficient at regenerating your mana pool and your health pool, but also it's going to be fast at doing it, because in a number of PvP situations, probably particularly Altered Valley or even any other battleground really, this is going to be really fast at regenerating your health and mana. And you know, if you're in Blackwing Lair, you've just wiped, and this is definitely going to be a very useful item. I think it's definitely going to be a very useful item, obviously primarily for healers, because healers have to spend money on actually getting, you know, water, or they have to rely on a mage. But the thing is, the Festival Dumplings has basically no cost other than a coin of ancestry, and it's very easy to stack very high very quickly because it's a very cheap item. What I'm essentially going to do is move on to my alt now and talk through how you actually get this item, because it is fairly easy to do. So I'll log into my alt. My alt is already basically at the vendor, or at the quest giver. I don't know the quest giver and the thingamabob for like the Horde side, but I'm sure you can look that up. I'll put like Wowhead links in the description. So you're going to come here if you're Alliance or to Ironforge, and you're going to basically talk to the Lunar Festival Harbinger, and she gives you this mini quest to basically buy some fireworks and set them off. So as you can see here, we need 8 lunar fireworks, so it can be any one of these, whatever colour, and you need 2 clusters. And then all you do is set these off. You go to here, and then you just click them, and this will count towards the quest. Okay, once you've done that, you turn it in, and what you're going to do is basically get this Lunar Festival invitation, which is going to teleport you to Moonglade. Before you do that, however, I would pick up this Bronzebeard Elder quest, which will give you a coin of ancestry. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. So now what you do is you use this item in this kind of like Moonwell area, and you will get teleported to Moonglade. And then once you're in Moonglade, you can get to this vendor, which essentially is going to sell you these Festival Dumplings. It'll probably take me a while to move over there because I don't have a mount. So I'll be right back. You're basically walking over to where this quest is telling you to go. Don't know what you get from this quest. You might get another coin of ancestry, probably not. It's just telling you where the vendor is. So the best thing to get, like, all the other rewards from the Lunar Festival are purely cosmetic, so they're not essentially that useful. The only real useful item really is the Festival Dumplings here. They only cost 1 coin of ancestry, and you get 8 of them. So very easy to stack. There you go, I've got some. You're probably wondering, where actually do you get coin of ancestry? It's very straightforward. All you have to do is go to elders dotted around the map. As you can see, oh, this is a bit crowded, but I'll be able to show you my alt actually. Well, actually my main. I mean, just before we log out to my main, as you can see on my server, which isn't exactly the most dead server in the planet, it's actually quite a high populated server, there's no one here taking advantage of this. This is why I put in the title, the item, the consumable that nobody barely knows about. It's because no one's here even getting the item, even though it's like the most useful food item actually in the game. Fair enough, it doesn't buff you, but it's going to be it's basically the most efficient mana item in the game. So as you can see, if you get like pretty much any questing add-on like Classic Codex, it will tell you where certain quests are obtainable in the game, and as you can see, they're normally like blue exclamation marks for elders. And what you have to do is you just basically go up to this dude, He's an NPC, and he will basically just give you a coin of ancestry, and 1 coin of ancestry gives you 8 festival dumplings. So it's pretty easy to stack up, and I'm pretty sure it's daily, so you can just keep going to the same guy over and over again. And I think there's dotted around, there's one in Syrian Gorge as well, which is pretty close to Ironforge, that you can just run to on the way to Blackrock Mountain now and again. So they're not exactly like totally out the way. If you really want to go hardcore and like farm every single one in the zone, then fair enough, you are going to stack a lot of mana dumplings. But yeah, they're just generally a very useful item for, you know, mana regeneration, and I thought I'd just make a quick video mentioning it essentially. I mean, the Lunar Festival doesn't last forever. For some reason I can't get official dates of the start and finish for classic versions of Lunar Festival, and obviously we don't have a calendar in classic, so it's very strange to like how that's happened. It's very difficult to actually find out when the Lunar Festival is going to end, but my prediction will be probably even before Blackwing Let's Be Honest, about the middle of February is probably when the festival will end. So take advantage of this now, the next couple of weeks. Get all these mana dumplings stacked up, and you won't have to buy water for a very long time. And you're not going to be in that situation where you drink a full, you know, basically you drink your water, but then you still have mana to regenerate after you've drank your water, because you have stacked a mana pool so high because you've got so well geared that, you know, it isn't, literally the actual food item from mages or from the vendor literally isn't good enough to regenerate your mana pool. You're not going to run into that issue at all. It's the same with tanks as well. If they're stacking a really huge health pool, like up into a 10k, well, that'll be happening during Naxx kind of area when, you know, tanks can actually stack up to 10k. Then this item is going to be really useful for them basically being able to heal themselves, whether they're on their own without healers, or whether, you know, you're just generally trying to save healing, you know, mana for the healers after a wipe or something like that. But nonetheless, I think I made my point. It's a very useful item, and I think I definitely recommend stacking a few stacks of it before Blackwing Lair. But anyway, my name is Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.